Children, let's start the next part of the chapter, diversity and discrimination of this chapter. Today we'll start with the topic striving for equality. And this is the last topic of this chapter. Listen very carefully. This is very simple topic. Striving for equality. We have seen the struggle for freedom from British rule. You might listen about this, and included within it the struggle of large groups of people who not only fought against the British but also fought to be treated more equally, because in Indian society in 18th and 19th centuries, right, and most probably in 20th century also, the people were not treated equally. For example, Dalits were discriminated by the upper caste people in the society. They were not having equal rights. In the previous video we have discussed, and we also have read about the experience of Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. He himself took the experience of discrimination on the basis of caste. Women, there were so many social evils, right, against women were existing in the country. For example, widow remarriage was not allowed, women and girls education was not allowed, and child marriage was there. So many problems were there for women, and they were facing unequal behavior from the people in the society, even in their homes also. Tribals and peasants fought against the inequalities they experienced in their lives because they were treated unequally by the zamindars, landlords, and so many times by the government. Clear? So in this way, this was the struggle for freedom from the British as well as for equality for all common people in the country. As pointed out earlier, many Dalits organized themselves to gain entry into temples, because Dalits, so-called lower caste people, Dalits, they were not allowed to enter in the temples. As you remember, that Bhimrao Ambedkar started temple entry movement in 1927. First, Bhimrao Ambedkar. And peasants and tribals also fought to release themselves from the grasp of moneylenders, and the high interest they were charged. So when India became free in 1947, some kinds of problems were existing in another forms. So those who wrote the Constitution of India document that laid out the rules by which the nation would function were aware of the ways in which discrimination had been practiced in our society and how people had struggled against this. So I am telling you the description of the Constitution, or we can say that to summarize the Constitution against unequal behavior or inequalities. So we will find that fundamental rights, these fundamental rights are given in Part 3 of the Constitution from Article 12 to 35. In the first fundamental right, 14 to 18, this is the right to equality. Clear? This right is prescribing equality for all the people. For example, in Article 14, all the people are equal before laws. In 15, there will not be any kind of discrimination on the basis of caste, religion, gender, language, culture, etc. In Article 16, all the people will have equal opportunities, in which we have discussed in the previous videos, equal opportunities. Article 17, abolition of untouchability. We have talked about untouchability. This is also called casteism. On the basis of caste, somebody is considered Dalit or untouchable person. Clear? Discriminated on the basis of his or her caste. So it is completely abolished from India. It is completely eliminated by the Article 17. Now nobody is allowed to do the practice of casteism or untouchability. Article 18 is also prescribing equality, removal of titles, right? In the same way, Article 19 to 22, freedom for all kinds of freedoms have been provided to Indian citizens. 23 and 24, abolition of all kinds of exploitation. Against exploitation we have the right. 25 to 28, religious freedom. Understand? We have talked about the religious freedom, that all the citizens are free to adopt any religion in the country according to Article 25 to 29 and 30. Article 25 to 28, all the people are free to adopt any religion. They can propagate their religion, they can profess, they can change any religion, they can have worship activities. And 29 and 30, these articles have provided the rights for minorities, right, to protect their culture and education. And Article 32, this is the protection for all the fundamental rights. And at last, we have seen the preamble. Though these ideals are enshrined in our constitution, this chapter pointed out that inequalities exist even today, right? How can you say that in some remote areas of India you can see the practices of casteism and untouchability, right? You can take example of P. Sainath. P. Sainath wrote some articles in 1999 in the Hindu newspaper, clear? And he explained that how casteism or untouchability is still existing in the country. He explained that still two types of cups have been kept by the tea sellers, right? Tea on the tea stalls. One type of cup are kept for upper caste people, and another kinds of cups are kept for the Dalits people. In the same way, in so many areas, barbers also have two kinds of equipments to cut hair. Clear? One for upper castes, one for lower castes. In this way, we can say that still the casteism or untouchability, practice of untouchability, still existing in the country. These are the examples. Preamble. Let's see preamble. This is the beginning document. It was not really the original part of the constitution. Later it was added in the constitution. The preamble is the philosophy of the constitution. By reading this preamble, we can have the knowledge about the philosophy of our constitution. That we the people of India, it means the constitution for all the people, means all are equal. Having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, sovereign means India has supreme power. Socialist means the means of production and distribution are in the hands of the society. Secular means religious freedom, all the people are free to adopt any religion, and there is no religion of state, separation of religion from the state. Democratic republic means the government will be elected by the people, clear, and head of the country is elected person. Justice for all, social, economic and political. Liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship. Equality of all kinds of equality, including opportunity, promote among them all. And fraternity means all the people will live with unity, right, with the feeling of brotherhood. So this is the preamble. So in this way we have completed this chapter. I hope that you understood whatever we have discussed here. If you have any doubt, you can ask me by writing in comment box. Thank you. Have a nice day.